Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. I've got a video for you today on some auto deploy sheaths, and these, sorry, let me move this light for you. These just happen to be for the Spyderco PM2. I've just finished a big batch of auto deploy sheaths. Most of them are for the PM2, and others are for, got one for a Fox Emerson Karambit. I think it's Fox that makes the Karambit, but it's an Emerson design. It's got the wave feature on it. A CRKT M16 14 ZSF, and a couple others in there as well. But anyway, I wanted to show you these three sheaths that I'm going to show you today because they sort of encompass the gamut of designs that I offer. So the first one, I'll start with the most basic, Paracord Necklace. So the idea with the Paracord Necklace is basically it just hangs. You can choose your color, Kydex. It's best, I think, to go with a pancake design for the Paracord Necklace, just because it gives me a better spot to put an eyelet on top, as opposed to, you know, a lot of them have a fold over design, the taco design, and the fold is on top. So this eyelet on top, but I can do it the other way if you need. This is just what I recommend. Anyway, we have for this one, it is Cryptek Raid on the front and just flat black on the back, and black paracord. You can pick the paracord color as well. What I do, I know a lot of people bring up the issue of safety when it comes to paracord necklaces, that you want a breakaway clasp so that if you happen to snag your paracord on a branch or something when you're out on a hike or whatever it is, you don't end up, you know, strangling yourself with your own paracord. That said, I used to offer the clasps. I'm now not going to offer them anymore for two reasons. Number one, because they're extremely cheap and you can get them on Amazon. You know, you can find them at just about any craft store as well. But the primary reason I don't want to offer them with the paracord already is because you guys are all different sizes and shapes, and if I put that breakaway clasp on there, the only option for adjustment is making it a shorter necklace. So I don't want to decide your size preemptively. That's up to you. So what I'll be doing is putting just these little slip adjusters on there. It's kind of a spring and a little button you push, and you can move that on the paracord. So you'll be able to add your own breakaway if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too. I just provide a generous length of paracord so you can make this as long or as short as you reasonably need to. So I have just tied a little knot above it right now as a stopper so that I could demonstrate for you. But here we go. This is how it works. Like I said, you just have a little pivot point there so that when you pull your knife, the sheath pivots for you and allows your blade to come out. So it's very easy to use. It's pretty secure in there. It doesn't have any rattle or play. I don't think it's just going to fall out on you. There's no issues there. But when you need it, just give it a nice steady pressure pull. What I did wrong there just a second ago was I gave it too much of just like a jerk motion, but just pull steady and slow like this. Bam. Very easy, works every time. One more just for good measure. Get a little reverse grip going. There you go. Alright, so that is the Paracord Necklace in a nutshell. The next design, probably the most commonly sought after design, is like so. Usually it's on a tech lock. I'm just going to be showing you this one for a second, but basically the idea is you choose a base color and then a lock color, and this accent is a lock, which allows you to basically lock the sheath so that the knife not necessarily can't be removed, but it's extremely difficult to remove it. So Kydex is still a plastic, it still has some flex to it, and there is an amount of pressure that eventually, when reached, would overcome that lock and you'd be able to get your knife out of the sheath. However, it's a really, really strong design, so it's not going to be easy to get it out of there. It would take probably a couple 100 pounds of force to break that free. So As far as, you know, why it's on there, if you were, you know, the reason I started putting them on was because I was wearing my auto deploy sheath on my hip, and every time I'd get into my car, I was, well, not every time, but often I'd get into my car and the butt of the knife would hit the seatbelt buckle receiver and it would pop the knife out of the sheath. So then I'd have to go fishing underneath the seat. It was just annoying, and so then it dawned on me that I should do something to fasten that in there better. So that said, this locking mechanism, this design, essentially was created by Kevin Robinson at Thai Tactical. It's not my own invention, but Kevin has graciously given me some pointers and given me permission to use this in my work. So thank you very much, Kevin. Guys, if you haven't checked out Kevin Robinson, go look up Thai Tactical, T-I-E Tactical. He makes great sheaths. He's a great guy. And so yeah, go check him out. All right, so anyway, that's what I typically do, and I put it on a tech lock, and it rides, you know, roughly, it's like a maybe a 20-degree cant that way, so that it's a very comfortable angle to draw it off your hip. It's not quite straight down, it's just a little bit back, so just do that. Now with these, you have to, I was talking about how the sheath rotates for you on the Paracord Necklace. With these, you actually need to rotate your wrist just a little bit as you draw it out, because the sheath is holding on to the blade, and part of the reason why your blade will deploy is because of that momentum of the rotation from, you know, separating the butt of the handle from the tip of the blade. So as you draw down, just give it a slight, you know, sweeping motion, almost like a chopping motion with that handle, and it's very successful. It works every time. You can get away with not doing that if you just kind of, you know, maybe pull straight down, but it's not consistent. You can see what I'm saying here. I'm trying not to let the sheath rotate at all. But if you flick your, you know, just do that little rotation there, that'll help immensely to deploy it. So anyway, the model that I actually want to show you today is this one. So I can combine them. I've done some with, I did one with I think it was a Benchmade 940 with a Skeletool from Leatherman. And this one happens to be the PM2 with an M2R Warrior, and this is an Olight flashlight. Very nice flashlight. Just so happens that I owned one, and the customer asked if I could make a sheath, black carbon fiber base with red carbon fiber accent and lock, and make a combo for the PM2 and M2R Warrior. And I think these are going as a gift, so these are going to Joe. Joe, I apologize, I haven't looked to see where you're from, but I know Joe wants to give this to, I think, brother or something as a gift, so I'm actually going to wait to post this video until after the date that he had said he wanted to give it to him, so just in case, I don't want there to be any spoilers, but anyway, you get the same locking mechanism and all that on this sheath. All you have to do to operate it is flick it off, rotate your wrist when you pull, do that little chopping motion, you got that auto deploy, and to lock it back up, you just sort of flex these fins toward the lock. You can feel it click over. I like to help it out a little bit with my sort of my index and middle finger. When I lock it back up, I put those on the lock just to sort of stabilize it as I push. That seems to help. It's very easy to operate. And then as far as the light goes, this is actually a pretty tricky flashlight because there are there's the widest points on this that I'm gripping onto are at the very base of the flashlight on the tail cap, and then just that little section right here. Everything else is milled to a smaller diameter on there, and all those textures there. So I'm really only gripping onto the butt and the very top just before the lens housing. So it seems tight as you're trying to draw and resheath it. This is not a light where you're going to get, you know, a very gratifying quick draw from. You might actually even want to reach over and brace it with one hand as you draw your light out. You can still get it out one-handed, but the problem is I have to make the sheath big. I have to make it long because I have to grip onto two similarly sized diameters, which in this case are only at the very top and the very bottom, and then I also have to try to widen the middle out after molding it. So in any event, if it's loose at all, then it's not going to be a good holder. And if it's much tighter than this, it's not a very good holder. So this is just about the best middle ground I could give you. So your flashlight will be secure in there. Just make sure you practice a little bit with it and don't expect to just be able to, you know, take it out very, very easily. But that's what I got for you. I'd also recommend, since this is 2 layers of Kydex, it's actually pretty thick. It's wider than the flashlight, or significantly wider than the top of the flashlight, the lens housing. So you might want to take off your belt clip altogether, or the pocket clip on the flashlight. That would be my recommendation. Also, you're probably going to need to, because, well, you know what? Let me pop mine back on and just double check this with you guys. My thought is, because the spot for the light to clip onto is actually below where I'm gripping the top of the sheath, it might not work out. Well, it's going to act as a natural stopper, so you could totally have that on there. It doesn't really make it any more difficult to draw. You definitely can wear this inverted too, by the way, which maybe you'd be more comfortable grabbing and drawing downward. Who knows? But in any event, that's what I got for you. So, Joe, I hope your brother likes this. Hope you're satisfied with this. It's a very cool gift. Alright, that is that design. And then lastly, I want to show you my newest design, which is picking up some popularity. A lot of people are liking it, and I think it's really fun and really cool, really practical. So basically, this is it. It's an IWB clip with a paracord tether over to a sheath with this little Kydex clip on it. The customer asked for either gray or purple, so I made it purple with a gray, I don't know what to call this, waistband clip, I guess. It's not really a clip in the way that it holds your knife on you, so much as it just kind of stabilizes. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so how you want to operate this is put your belt clip on. Now for me, my belt is really wide, so I actually have to go, I'm going to take the top layer off, put that on just over 1 layer. Otherwise it might actually slip off of the belt, and then I'm going to put that back over it. That's just my belt. But alright, now this clip, this is designed to go basically just over your waistband. So it's going to go over your pants but under your belt. And your sheath is actually going to be inside the waistband. So this is a concealed design. You might want to check out your local laws and see if this is legal where you're at. Same thing with the other auto deploys. Just make sure you're okay to have that where you're at. But anyway, this is extremely low print, low profile. I mean, this is sticking, my belt sticks out farther than this, so there's no way that this is going to be showing through my shirt, which I think is really awesome. It's great for the concealed idea. And then as soon as you need your knife, all you got to do is just lift up your shirt, grab that handle, and draw it out like so, and it automatically deploys that blade. You can set these up. They are ambidextrous, and I do provide a lot of extra length of paracord you can see woven through here, and that's just so that you can make it longer or shorter or whatever you want to do. Like I said, same with the necklaces. I don't want to predetermine the length for you. Right now I have it set up where I think it's practical, but you know, if you need to shorten it or lengthen it, of course you can do that. So anyway, this does work in basically all different positions. I have done the first one I did actually, I think, was for a Spyderco military, and I did it to be drawn sort of like this. You have it angled over toward your belly button, and so you grab it like this and get it out in reverse grip, which is pretty cool. And unlike forward grip, this actually works nicely because you grip it at the bottom, but then you complete the grip like that. So you don't actually have to move your hand, you just close your fist around it. So as far as like your hand already being in the position it needs to be in, this works out really well in reverse grip. So, alright guys, well those are the 3 designs that I currently offer, and of course I can do variations on those themes if you need. Just tell me what you're looking for, and we'll work that out, custom pricing and all that. So, alright guys, I appreciate you tuning in. If you like these sheets, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you like my channel, I ask you to subscribe to it. look out for a giveaway that's coming up pretty soon. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway with a K-Bar TDI and a custom sheath that I make for it. So the winner's actually going to be in a conversation with me. We'll figure out what exactly they want for a sheath, and then I'm going to custom build them a sheath for that K-Bar TDI. So, all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Stick around for the next one. Comment down below. Let me know which one of these designs you like the best and why. And stick around for the next one. God bless.